Stradler, where are you? Get back in your cubicle. I'm not paying you to uncubicle yourself.
Hello friends. So Rollins and I are here at Magnolia Beach in Texas. It's the day before Christmas, so if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If not, Happy Holidays and all that jazz. I just figured it's a nice day, not too windy. I figured I'd take a little bit of a break and do a little piece on a website that I've found quite useful lately, and it's called Pixsy. Now what they do is you put in your URLs to where you submit your pictures, whether it's Flickr, Tumblr, your own personal website, WordPress, whatever it may be where you upload most of your pictures. And they index them into their system, and then they run algorithms across the internet looking for matches. Now you can log in after that and find your matches, and if you see something that doesn't look quite right, somebody's using it without any sort of licensing or any payment, sometimes it's highly illegal usage, like they're reselling it as a product. If you come across anything like that, you submit a case. So after you submit a case, Pixsy looks at it and they assess it to see if it's worth going after. And if it is worth going after, they have legal partners, actual lawyers in various jurisdictions, whether it be country or state or whatever, that knows that area's version of copyright law and will go after the illegal use photo user and try and get you compensated. Now it's kind of one of those things where at first I was like, okay, whatever, I'll look around kind of thing. I actually got an email a long time ago when they were still like beta testing. So I've kind of been on the site for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now. And once in a while, you just kind of go on there and you start going through the matches. And a lot of them are, redundant. Like I've taken a picture of an old Texaco sign at one point, and it comes up all the time with like every graphic of a Texaco sign that, you've ever seen. So there's ways that you can ignore that so it doesn't show you anymore. Just ignore the image or delete the image completely out of your indexed photos. Once you find a match and Pixsy deems it something that they can go after, the legal partner starts sending emails and letters and trying to contact these people who run the websites where it's being used or being sold or et cetera, et cetera. Sadly, I don't know what this says about my work, but sadly, I've made more money this past year on cases I've won via Pixsy than I have on sales of my own work or licensing of my own work. Like my friend Alex says, apparently it's, worthy enough to steal, so it's just a matter of time before it's worthy enough for people to license and buy prints. So, I'm still doing all my other legwork as far as social media and, trying to put things out there and trying to, have some sales to sell prints and that kind of thing. But yeah, this past year, it's been like most of my income from my photography has been from settled cases through Pixsy. And it's, people ask, oh, well, what is that? A few bucks or whatever. And to be honest, depending on the usage and sometimes the territory, I've had cases settled for, $200 US, $80 US. One was $268 US. The reason I pretty much sat down to do this video is they just settled one with somebody who was reselling it on a product for $1,000 US. Now that's my take, because Pixsy's business model is after the legal fees, they take half and I get half. So you got to figure, okay, well, if somebody just paid me $1,000 to settle my case, Pixsy got $1,000 and then whatever the legal fees on top. So they paid over, I'm going to say over close to probably $3,000, if not more, because my image was being used to sell a product. with it on it. So that said, I would recommend looking into it. If you're a photographer with lots of images on the web, yeah, it might be a full-time job, time-wise, going through thousands of pictures on Pixsy. But if you find a match here or there, it might be worth it to submit a case and see what happens. So that's my non-endorsement. I'm not getting anything from Pixsy to say this. To be honest, I'm saving up for a new iMac, and the past few months have settled enough cases that I'm 2/3 of the way to buying a decent iMac for editing my photos and video. So I'm happy with them. Like I said, they're not paying me to say this. I just decided to pick up the camera and do a little episode here, a little shorty on Pixsy and what they do and how they're helping me. So if you get any use from that, be sure to click the like button, and if you like the videos, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.
It's like working with a monkey.